I'm Brandy Sky, and this is day 33 of what was the 100-Day Project and is now turned into Confessions of a Wild Dreamer. Hola! How are y'all? Happy Thursday. It's a little rainy and cloudy over here, and it's going to be raining for the next 3 days. So I got myself really comfortable. I did everything that I needed to do today, did all of my running around outside because #weather. And did some writing this morning. And what really was on my heart and head today was an idea that I shared at the meetup that I spoke about in yesterday's live. And I shared with them an idea that I had about creating community. What's really interesting, and I don't know if y'all have experienced this too, but there are some ideas that I have, and all of a sudden I see not the same idea, but in alignment of the idea I have, somebody else has an idea that's really close, or this person over here is doing something that is in kind of the same genre of the idea that I have. And this was one of those moments. So I have been wanting to create a in-person writing community, right? I love my online space. I love Substack. I love meeting and platicaing and writing with folks around the globe. But I really also wanted to create one here locally in Wimberley, where I'm at. And I shared with them my idea, which was Wimberley Authors and Writing Association, and it would be called Wawa. I mean, how great is that? Wawa. And it seemed to be a really charged idea, and people really, really loved it. And that's been really heavy on my heart today about starting it. Do I have the capacity to start it? Do I have the capacity to keep it moving? And that got me thinking about y'all and all of us as creatives, and how often we have these really great, brilliant, beautiful ideas. But then what stops us is do I have the capacity? Is my life already fully packed up with things right now? And part of me is yes, I have so much happening and going on. But also, this is an idea that I've been holding for a couple of months. So it's not like I would just be leaping into something that I thought about yesterday or the day before. And there's nothing wrong with leaping. As y'all know, I'm the queen of leapers. I will leap with no net and just see what happens. I am love, love, love leaping. But I'm also trying to really hone in on what is a sane, tangible workload for me, especially because I'm really focusing on writing this memoir. And I've been teeter-tottering and going back and forth. And I was so how do I decide? How do we decide as artists and as creatives and as writers, when to take on another project, or when to follow this light rabbit into completion? And the question that I came up with to ask myself is this part of the story that I'm trying to write for myself, right? Is this decision, is this project, is this creating a local writing community, is this going to be a main character, or is it a main character? Is it a sub character? Is it a player in this story that I'm trying to write currently? And the answer for me is yes. And also, I told myself it can go slow, right? I can build it slowly and use my spare time to play in this field of creating this writing community. And so I share this with you because we are going to want to do all the things. I want to do all of the things. One of my first little mantras that I told myself and was part of like my little small business when I first started working for myself was uh, be it all, do it all, wear it all, because life is too short to be muted. And I really live by that. I mean, I still do. Like, I'm super extra. I want to do all the things. I try to do all the things. I'm a Manny Jen. I'm supposed to do all the things. So I will do all the things. And, but also, I want to honor the creativity and the projects that are most important. More than that, I want to honor the overarching story that I'm trying to write. And so the invitation for y'all today is, what is that story? What is this main big arcing story that you are trying to write? So if you haven't watched the first episode, which is episode 1 of this Confessions of a Wild Dreamer, I share with everybody my wild dreams were I want to find an agent and I want to sell my memoir. I want to write my memoir and I want my agent to sell the memoir this year. And so the overarching story that I'm trying to write for 2025 is I want to be a literary author who has an agent, right? I don't want to negotiate my own book deal contracts anymore. I want to have an agent. I want them to do their zone of genius and work their magic in the area that they are like is their zone of genius to help me get this book out. And so this little small writing community in it locally is going to help push that forward, is going to help me move that forward, because as y'all know, if you want to publish, you have to have a platform, you have to have like all of these things. And I feel like having a community there in your home or wherever you're at, and being able to meet with folks who are walking the same path as you, like in the flesh, there's like an energy there. I mean, there's an energy here, but there's also an energy when you meet face to face. And the invitation is kind of twofold. What is that overarching story for you? What is it that you're trying to write? So basically, what is the wild dream? And if you come across like something that is pulling at you, is it feeding that story? Is it helping you write that story? Is it helping you make that wild dream come true? Is it getting you closer to that dream, or is it pulling your attention someplace else? And sometimes the someplace else is good. Sometimes it's good to go off on tangents, but more often than not, 90% of the time, we have to remain focused on our wild dream, on that one thing, on what that story is that you're trying to write. And I basically took myself through all of this morning, and I thought that that would just be something really, hopefully, useful for y'all to share with y'all. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. It's been a really kind of quiet, dreamy day and morning. I don't know how y'all's creativity has been. If you've been like in like a a fervor of creativity. Mine has been a little bit lulled. I don't know if it's the weather or everything that's happening, all the retrogrades and Neptune and all the things, the eclipse that we're about to go into tomorrow. So I've just been quietly chipping away and doing what feels good. So I also want to invite you to do that as well. So I hope that that was helpful. I love y'all so, so much. And I will see y'all tomorrow. And Lakesh, thank y'all for joining me.